Hello, everyone. I'm not contagious. I was diagnosed with cancer when I was 15 years old. I went from being a high school sophomore to a girl who had a fatal disease. I went through 3 years of chemotherapy and radiation. I remember going to a movie with some of my friends. They asked me how I was doing, and I told them that I wasn't feeling very good and that I was sick of being at home and alone at the hospital all the time. My friends responded to me by saying, "Well, at least you don't have to go to school anymore." That response made me feel even more isolated and upset than I had already been. Another one of my friends told everyone at school that I was going to die. She didn't even give me a chance to fight back with those words. When my friends were going to prom, which I wanted to go to desperately, I was getting chemotherapy and radiation. Before I got sick, going to prom was the one thing that I dreamt about on a daily basis. During the first month of treatment, I got some visitors, but after that, they slowly dwindled away. In some ways, it felt like my friends thought that I did die. Why didn't they call and hang out with me like they used to? Joey, my little brother, who was 5 at the time, thought that he could catch cancer from me. "I'm not contagious," I told him. Joey was scared, and he didn't understand what cancer was. It broke my heart to know that my little brother was scared to be around me in fear of catching the cancer. I felt like maybe I was contagious. I have told all of you about how my friends left me when I was sick, and now it's time for me to tell you how I did the exact same thing to one of my friends who had relapsed with leukemia. Greg and I met through Jacob's Heart Cancer Association. He was smart, funny, and a joy to be around. We would hang out together during teen night. It was nice to have a friend who knew what it was like to go through chemotherapy. A while later, I found out that Greg had relapsed and had some complications and was having a hard time speaking. When I heard the news, my chest tightened. I called Greg and I heard him, and when I heard him, I felt really scared. I was afraid of losing a friend and that the same thing would happen to me. After I hung up the phone, I shut down and I didn't talk to Greg for months. After confronting my fears, I called my dear friend Lori Butterworth, the founder of Jacob's Heart. She helped me reconnect with Greg. Greg ended up relapsing again and he passed away in January. I got to see him the day before he died. Being a teenager with cancer is like living in a war zone. You lose your friends left and right. Greg was just one of my friends who had died from cancer. Paige, Nick, Rachel, Brittany, and Kelly had died from cancer too. These people have all left their mark on the world and on my heart in a big way, and I will never forget them. I have experienced fear on both sides, fear of my friends abandoning me and fear of losing friends to cancer. I used to get so mad at my friends who never came and visited me, but now I understand why, and it wasn't because I was contagious. My friends were scared, just like I was with Greg. What I'm trying to say is to not let fear stop you from anything that you do in life, including being a good friend. Last week, while on the bus to school, I saw Laura and Christy. The day before, Christy had told me that she has breast cancer. Laura did not know this. When Laura saw Christy on the bus, Christy told Laura about her diagnosis, and what I heard, it filled me with joy. At first, Laura showed her concern, but after about 5 minutes, they were back to laughing and joking like old times. I wish that my friends and I would have responded the same way. Here's the good news. Cancer is not a death sentence. Look at me. I'm alive and I'm here talking to all of you right now. But I do need to tell you this. I'm scarred by what happened to me while going through cancer. I still have a hard time letting people in and trusting them. It is scary for me to let new people into my life. It doesn't matter what you have been through, whether you were abandoned, sexually assaulted, had cancer, or just had a couple of bad experiences with friends in general. You owe it to yourself to let love in and put it back out where it belongs. Love yourself. Forgive yourself for the mistakes that you have made. I have made a choice to face my fear and not let it take away the joy of friendship from me. Greg inspired me to reawaken and live life in the moment. Life is too short. Don't let fear get in your way of being a good friend and having a positive effect on someone's life. Thank you.